Hey, it's PHILA, and you're watching PHILA TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm the cinematographer, Stu with a camera. Anyways, 3 bonehead mistakes I made working on the car today. So it's a sad day. I'm gonna take the rest of the weekend off. Watch to the end, man. Crazy bonehead mistakes at the end. So I've got the battery in, and I'm having a few issues with the electrical. But as you can see, I really can't climb in here and hang upside down under the dash. So, you know, I kind of came in here like this and just kind of videotaped what was going on. And that's when I had noticed all of these wires cut, and that was the reason why half of it wasn't working. So I worked through that and made some splices and get it all put together. And since I can't crawl underneath here due to the rusty floors, I've just kind of taken a video so I can see what's going on. As you can see, the fuse box is all loaded, all the fuses are in there. And you see how the wires are really coiled up? I've noticed that throughout this car, that the wires are coiled, you know, spiraled like that to shorten them, as they did back in the 80s. It was a pretty, you know, trick thing to do to your car, is to spiral your wires, you know, make it look like they were springs or something. I don't know. But anyways, I got brake lights. That's a good start. After hooking up the battery, I started playing with all the lights, and it was pretty awesome. I got everything on the left side of the car working, nothing on the right side of the car. I got up underneath. Sure enough, there's a bunch of wires that came through the firewall that were cut. 5 to be exact. So I've made some little splicers here, and we are going to tackle that shortly. Here are the cut wires, and instead of hanging upside down, just to make them a little bit longer, and it makes it a lot easier on the back and the arms. And that's why you'll know everything's going to work and not pull again. This is what I had to tangle with. The wires coming through the firewall, half of them got cut. And you know, it's just too short to splice them, so I made little pigtails for it to make it a little longer. And now I'll get all that wrapped and stowed out of the way. And I'm also noticing underneath here that it's got a broken shear bolt that holds the steering lock into place. The other bolt is still in there, as you can see. It's kind of been twisted, so this wiring is kind of in the way, so I'm going to get all that moved out of the way, and I have to drill that shear bolt out of there so I can drop this steering column and fix the issue. As you can see, that sags down pretty far and makes the whole steering column turn kind of cockeyed there. And I'd like to get it all dialed in. But what do you think about this PUMA keychain? Ooh. Ooh, high tech. And we still have to contend with the floors. As you can see, ooh, there's the parts of the front. Floors have not been addressed yet. You ever notice on a PUMA how the brake and clutch pedal are sideways instead of straight up and down? But I've got the floors. We're going to start working on this pretty soon, but until we get around to pulling the body the rest of the way off, I figured I'd start getting all the mechanicals done. Today the postman dropped off some new goodies for me. Here you can see I got my brand new BRMs here. And I also got front and rear rotors. I got Cebro for the rear and Ates for the front. So let's get everything put together and start on the back brakes. I am quite happy to have my new Cebro rotors on the back of my latest project. Too bad I wasn't able to get front, but they don't really make it for this car. Surprising that a Brasilia 1984 Volkswagen Brasilia rear is the same as the Porsche 914. So I am hoping the same thing for the calipers, because those are going to need a little bit of help as well. Today's big accomplishment: got rear rotors put on the back of the PUMA, got the calipers all dialed in and hooked up. Got the adapters on, and this is what the wheels are going to be. That's what we're running with, BRMs on the PUMA. I already got my spindles delivered. I'm waiting on some new calipers for the front because these are pretty shot. I already got rear rotors, and the seals and bearings are coming, and the hoses have been done inside. So back brakes are done. Front will be done as soon as I get the spindles put on, which we're going to do shortly. What a nice wiring mess there. Okay, how's this for a bonehead move? It's Saturday morning. I went to put my new spindles on. Had a problem with the ball joint, so I switched with another swing arm, trailing arm. I'm all done, and I realized I put the old greasy rusty piece back on. I didn't even put my spindle on. Bonehead. This is a double bonehead maneuver day here on PHILA TV. After accidentally putting back on the original rusty old spindles, I went and popped on my brand new spindles, wrestled with it, had to change a ball joint problem, all kinds of stuff. And then I realized I don't even have drop spindles. I actually ordered stock height spindles instead of the drop spindles. So, time to tear all this apart. Got the new ones on order, and we're going to just start from scratch. See, even Coco agrees. This is a pretty exciting time. Got the motor in the PUMA. We got it all assembled. I've got a battery in this car for the first time in at least 20 years that this car probably had a battery in it. And I'm turning over the ignition. Not for the first time, but as you can hear, it's turning over nicely. The little rattling you heard is just because this wheel's a little loose. All right, the other thing I want to accomplish today was to clean the rest of this surface rust off of my gas tank and give it one more shot of my favorite new chemical that I found that really cleans up this rust nicely. Because all I got to do is get the gas tank in and hook up the fuel line, and we are firing this motor. Pretty excited. Okay, here it is. Bonehead mistake number 3 for the day. But this one isn't my fault, I swear. All I want to do is get some of this crud cutter, a must for rust remover, to just take care of a few things. Like the inside of my gas tank, I used a little bit of it. It worked great. I'm not endorsing it. In fact, they don't even make this product anymore, from what I understand, because it shows no longer available on Amazon. So I found this company called hardwareworld.com. They had a killer deal, super fast shipping. When I opened up my box today, what did I get? I got metallic copper paint. Now, I'm plenty sure that these are way more expensive than the $7 or $8 that I paid for my 4 little 8-ounce containers, and I got all this great stuff. So I can't even clean my gas tank and get that part today, what I wanted to do for the weekend. So put this aside. We call these people and get a return, and that's it. We're going to call this video a bust, and I'm going to take the rest of the weekend off. So thanks for watching PHILA TV. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, because I am determined to get this PUMA on the road. Ciao.